Commissioner Silver, I love you. I think you've done a fantastic job. But listen, this All-Star game has gone to shit. Players don't want to play. Fans don't want to watch. We trying all these gimmicks. Let's get back to the basics. Let's go back to 80s basketball. You got the coaches. You got the fan picking All-Stars. You got the coaches picking the reserves. They go out there. They play hard. Guys don't want to play. Find their ass. That's what we got to get back to. And you know what? Go back to the old rules too. Because I'm telling you, players will adjust, okay? But all this gimmick and all this other bullshit, we were just talking. It's 3 hours of watching TV with 40 minutes of basketball. Too much. People want to watch the guys play against the best in the world. Let them play against the best in the world, but bring it back to the old days. Get rid of all this analytical shit, and let's play basketball again.
It's called Byron Scott's Fast Break. I'm Kid J. That is the coach.
That'd be me.
The All-Star.
That'd be me.
The championship ring wearer, Coach Byron Scott.
Yes, sir. In the house with my boy Kid J. We're here again, baby.
Man, it's February.
Yes, it is.
You know, it happens every year.
Yes, it does.
And the product is getting worse and worse and worse. I'm talking about the NBA All-Star game.
Weekend.
Yeah,
well,
man.
I guess I shouldn't say the All-Star weekend because dunk contests, not bad.
I actually got something to say about that dunk contest, but we'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that. But the game.
The game?
Oh, God.
Like honestly, how do you feel about the game today? Like, how has it digressed over the years?
We talking about the All-Star game.
All-Star game.
Look, first of all, let me be honest. Let me be honest with all the fans out there who are watching. I haven't watched the NBA All-Star game in about 7 years. I refuse to watch that shit. I do. I refuse to watch a bunch of guys that are playing a game and they're playing lackadaisical. They're not playing with the passion and the effort that they would play in a summer pickup game that we used to play at UCLA. They play harder then than they play in an All-Star game. So I can't watch that.
It's not just you. Second least watch in the history of the NBA this past weekend in San Francisco for the All-Star game. Fans in attendance on NBA Saturday. I know that's Saturday, dunk contest, three-point contest. 60% of people were in the building. So it's not just you. It's not just me. I think some of the average fans are getting so frustrated with this game that they're giving up on it.
No, I agree. I think the beauty of basketball has always been 5 guys on the court playing together, playing in harmony, and competing. I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of fans are probably pissed off about is that these guys don't compete.
Yeah.
The last All-Star game that I watched was our beloved Kobe Bryant, who brought it every single All-Star game, right?
That's why they named the trophy after him.
That's right. And they should have, well-deserved. But he's the last of a dying breed of guys when they made the All-Star game, went out there and played it like a Game 7.
Yeah.
Wanted to compete. Because Kobe, as we all know, was his mentality. All right, I'm going against LeBron. All right, I got LeBron in this first half. I got D-Wade the next half. And I'm going to go at them 110% because I want to see how good they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was his mentality. These guys don't have that same mentality. This is a weekend at Bernie's. This is a weekend at Bernie's for these guys. Most of the guys don't really want to be there, And when they get there, it's like, I'm going to just go out here. I don't want to get hurt. Well, most time you get hurt when you don't play hard.
You don't play hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
fact.
I think fans are starting to get fed up because of the fact that the game, the way the game is played, has been a little bit different. Hosting up all these 3-pointers and everything, and just the passion that the game is played with is missing.
So the NBA is trying some new things to try to make this more attractive for the fans, and kind of motivate the players, I guess. So this year there was a new format. So they took the pool of players, and Shaq, Kenny, and Barkley. They got to select out of the pool of players, and then they had a 4th team, which was the rising star teams, the up-and-comers. I actually watched a little bit this past weekend, and I actually saw the rising star game versus the NBA players. Those rising star players played a little bit. They gave it a little bit more.
Well, at least that's what I heard. Because like I said, I didn't watch it, not one bit of it, because I'm just, over the years of watching, and you got to remember, guys, I came in this league when you had Magic Johnson and Larry Bird.
Yeah.
And when they played in the All-Star game, they couldn't stand each other. So they both trying to beat each other's draws off. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then MJ comes to the league, you know, and you got the rivalry with MJ and some other guys and, you know, even guys on his team on the East, you know, so it made for that type of basketball because you knew they were going to go after each other, right? And then we have Kobe beating Bryant, who kind of took the torch to a different level, you know. And then since then, nobody has taken over that. You know, the leadership that we have in the NBA has not taken over going into these All-Star games and telling all these young guys, your first year, your second year guys, and even the 10-year vets who have been in the All-Star game this many years, hey, man, come on, man, we're going to play hard tonight. Yeah. You know, it shouldn't always have to be motivated by money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You guys got enough money. Shit, I mean, you're getting $40 million a year. You got enough money. So it should be just because of what you do for a living. This is your craft, right? And the product that you are putting out there on the floor, you want that to reflect how you play the game.
I mean, these players are going harder in practice than they do in this game.
Harder in practice, harder in the summer.
Yeah.
Than they do in an All-Star game, which is amazing to me.
So do you think it's getting a little bit too gimmicky? This is the reason why I bring this up is because the part of the game that I did see, which was not a lot, they brought out the TNT crew. Mm-hmm. Love you, Shaq.
Definitely.
But they stopped the game for like 20 minutes to recognize these guys, you know, and put them in fishing vests and fishing gear at half court, you know, and I'm just like, get to the game. Is it getting too gimmicky?
Yes. Yes, do that shit before the game, you know? And like you said, we love Shaq, Kenny, Ernie, Charles. Barkley. That TNT crew is funny as hell. I love watching them as well. But if you want to honor them, do it before the game. And then get the game going. And let's play basketball, right?
Yeah.
Again, I think we've tried to get too gimmicky and try to make it so appealing to the fans that you've lost the luster of the game. Go back to the basics. You got a East and West, you got a head coach who had best record. Let him be the coach of the West. Same thing in the East. You don't pick them. Let the fans vote. You know, let's go back to that. Letting the fans vote them all in. Coaches pick the reserves, right?
Yeah.
Guys that they feel really deserve it. And then shit, y'all lace them up and play ball. Best team win. Lace them up and play ball and play like you give a damn. You know, that's the biggest thing. Play like you really care about what you're doing out there.
If our stars, the head stars of this league, the faces of the league, if they're not participating, what makes you think that the remaining players are going to give it their all? LeBron James was a last-minute scratch of this game. You know, there's a lot of controversy that, you know, he could have been scratched a little bit earlier and give somebody else opportunity to play in the game. They were talking about the kid from the Clippers possibly could have took his place. LeBron ends 20 years straight of playing in the All-Star game and just last minute not playing.
Yeah. I still want to know why.
Well, they blamed it on feet injuries.
I know some foot,
but, you know,
whatever.
He balled last night.
So that begs the difference. That's one of the Arsenio Hall questions, right? I don't, maybe he just got tired of playing in the game or whatever. But again, you know, you are the face of this league. You know, we all know that LeBron's the face of this league, and we all know how we feel about LeBron. Love what he's done in this league. One of the greatest players to ever do it, you know. But you still have a standard to set for the guys that are coming up. You know what I'm saying? And unless he was seriously hurt, which I'm not going to ever question his word. You know, if he was hurt, he was hurt. No big deal. But, you know, our leaders have to do a better job of leading the next generation of players that are taking over this All-Star game, because right now it's a bad reflection on the leaders that we have, because this game is going to shit. Yeah. You know, and like you said, we're not the only ones saying it. There's people out there saying it. President Obama said it.
Yeah.
President Obama came out and was like, listen, y'all got to do something about this. Yeah. This is terrible. You know, and he's a big fan. And we know how big a basketball fan he is. Big
time. It's not just the players as well, but it's the fans. Fans look forward to seeing LeBron James.
Right.
So you got to bring it.
Right. Well, it's a little bit like, you know, load management that we talk about during the season. You know, guys missing games where, you know, you don't know that particular night that there's a family that saved up all their money to take their son and daughter, or, you know, sons and daughters to a game, and we know how expensive basketball games can be now. For a family of 4 to get parking, hot dogs, and they want a souvenir, and you were sitting. Man, that might be over $1,000.
Yeah.
For that one particular night, and just happened to be the night that the guy that you love as a basketball player doesn't play because he's low management.
Yeah.
Again, it's a responsibility as a player to try to play every single game that you can play, and that's what you get paid for.
I got something that I want to talk about here in just a second, but we got to talk about Prize Picks.
Yes.
Our partner,
yes.
prizepicks.com. If you haven't participated, you're missing out.
Missing out, man. I'm telling you.
Because I've won ever since they became a partner.
Yep.
Is when I jumped on board.
Yep. Me too.
And I've been nothing but in the positive since then.
Me too, except once.
My daughter participates,
okay.
and she's in the positive.
It's so simple. All you need is a $5 lineup. That's all you need, right? And with that $5 lineup, you can get $50 guaranteed with just a $5 lineup. Look, I'm like Jay, I've been doing it all season long and been doing great except one time. But other than that, I've been killing. I've been having a lot of fun. So I'm telling you guys, you got to go to Prize Pick. It is fantastic.
So really quick story. This past weekend, I went up to Snow Summit.
Okay.
And I was at the bar.
You have a little drinky drink?
Yeah, little pause. Little pause in between the shredding.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay.
And I walked by a table, and 2 of the 3 people at the table were sitting there playing Prize Picks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I was like, yes.
Made you feel good, didn't it?
Made me feel great. All right,
That's all that matters.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get back into it. PrizePick.com. Go there now.
That's right.
NHL. I don't think we've ever talked about hockey.
I don't think so either.
They tweaked their All-Star game. It's called the Four Nations.
Mm-hmm.
It is like the biggest thing there is right now. Like it was the top of the sports news story yesterday because it's USA versus Canada in the finals. Tickets are selling, like regular $50 tickets are selling upwards to $2,000 to this. Should the NBA think about tweaking to something like that? I mean, I know we talked about it. Like, could they do a USA versus Canada France or a World Europe? Could the NBA pull this off?
That's a good question. But you know what? They tried everything else. So you might want to try this too. But you know what? The biggest difference though, and I watched that interview with PH when he was talking about, their All-Star game and the difference between hockey and NBA. And the main thing that he said the difference in hockey is that they play with that passion.
Yes. I
mean, they're fighting in All-Star games. They're fighting, you know what I'm saying? And they have a passion for the game and they're paying homage to their fans. And that's, in his mind, to him, he was like, that's the biggest difference. And I had to kind of agree with him after I listened to him that he's right. If you watch a hockey game, watch a hockey All-Star game and watch how these dudes are going at each other. They not just because you skating along that damn rail, they ain't gonna hit you. Yeah, they still hitting you.
Yeah.
NBA game, they letting you go in for dunks, layups. They don't, it's a different sport, obviously with a different mentality. But hey, the NBA, we tried a little bit of everything so far. That might not be a bad idea.
So the first game, going back to the NHL and this Four Nations All-Star, the first game, USA and Canada, they dropped the puck. 2 men from each side pulled off their gloves and started fighting. Within 9 seconds of the game starting.
Start fighting.
So couldn't somebody throw an elbow or something in the NBA?
First of all, that ain't gonna happen in the NBA because all these dudes are lovey-dovey anyway. They all kissy
they all
before
kissing
games.
each other.
Yeah, they all friends. They vacation together and all that stuff and all the time. So it's a little bit different.
So you mentioned PK Subban and how physical the game is, and they have to play that way, and that's the difference between the NBA. Why can't we go back? Why can't we go back to the 80s where, nobody can drive the lane without feeling it?
Well, the only way we can do that is Adam Silver got to say, okay, we're going to reconstruct these rules again, right? That's the one thing, because these guys are so much more talented, as they say, than we were back in the day. They're so much more gifted athletic-wise. So let's go back to the rules of, you come down the lane, you're getting the shit knocked out of you. You get up and go shoot your free throws. There's no flagrant fouls. They're just regular fouls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that, to me, was the beauty of basketball back then. Because, again, you didn't have friends on the other team. And even if you did, if he came down the lane, he's getting hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that physicality that we played with was that was a norm. You know, it's just like hockey. That's the norm. You expect to get hit. I think if you can bring that part of the game back, guys will adjust. You know, I know a lot of these guys are like, nah, that wouldn't work. But you guys adjust. They'll adjust to the game no matter what you do. Whatever rules that you put in, guys will figure a way out. They'll figure a way how to play the game of basketball.
So I'm gonna tell you something I really have beef with for NBA All-Star Weekend. Okay. Matt McClung. He is the slam dunk champion.
3 years in a row.
3 years in a row.
Yeah.
He won it. It is called the NBA slam dunk champion. This young man is not in the NBA.
That's true.
He's in the G League.
That's true.
And he's been in the G League on the Orlando's G League team. I don't know what the Orlando's team is called, but how do you feel about that? Like, can we not get enough NBA players to play in this slam dunk contest? Once again, it begs the question.
Yeah. Again, it goes back again. You remember in the 80s, Jay, we had all the high-profile guys who were dunkers that would be in the dunk contest. Yeah. Michael Jordan, Spud Webb, Vince Carter, Dominique Wilkins. Yes. You know, all these guys, great dunkers, were in the dunk contest. It wasn't even a question. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think the dunk contest has also lost its appeal to a lot of these guys that are in the league. For whatever reason, I don't know. You know, I know it's not something that Commissioner Silver can force, you know, guys to be involved in it. It's got to be something that you want to do, you know. But I haven't seen a great dunk contest since, Aaron and Zach. Zach I mean, I haven't seen a duel since those two guys when they were, man, first of all, I would have gave them co-champions because that dunk contest was probably the best dunk contest that I've ever seen. Because some of the dunks that they were doing, I was like, oh, my God. Under the leg. Hey, jumping from the free throw line and windmilling it? Yeah. I mean, dog, man, you just, that dunk contest to me was the best one I've ever seen. Yeah. Since then, it hasn't been nowhere close. And like you said, it's supposed to be NBA dunk contest.
Do you think there's some sort of perception that players are not going hard because they're afraid to get embarrassed, to get dunked on, get crossed over?
I hope not. You know what I'm saying?
They're playing against the best players in the world.
You're playing against the best players in the world. That's why we want to see you compete. And maybe that's why you don't compete is because you're playing against the best players in the world. But I don't know if these guys are really thinking that deeply where they saying, I don't want to get embarrassed. I don't want to get shown off because I'm playing against, LeBron or Luka or Anthony Davis or any of these guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's that deep. But all I know is, you know, when you're playing against the best players in the world, you want to go at them. Yeah. And if they embarrass you, it's just like, you want to prove yourself and see where you are. And that was the great thing about Kobe. I know good and well, he never thought about that crap. No. You know, he thought about if you crossed him over, he was like, oh, okay, I'm going to come back and get you. Yeah. Or you try to cross me the next time, I'm going to be right there to block it. You know, I mean, he never in his wildest dreams would ever think about, well, I don't want to go hard because I don't want to get embarrassed. You know, so again, we're talking about the mentality and the psyche of these guys today, and I'm hoping and praying that ain't the case, is that they don't play hard because they don't want to get embarrassed. Because if that's the case, you know, our product is really screwed up. Well,
you could see this. They show this clip over and over and over again where Kobe picks up LeBron James full court. Yeah. LeBron just tries to give it to him, tries to power him down, uses strength, and Kobe blocks his shot. Yeah. Then he comes down and does it again. Right. That was an all-star game. Right. Have we seen anything since then?
No. We ain't seen nothing close to that. You ain't seen not one person in the All-Star game.
What happened to LeBron since then?
He ain't got his shot blocked since then. That's for sure. He ain't got his shot blocked since then, you know. But I don't think he, you know, I think he thought it was all fun and games until Kobe jumped up on him and was like, no, I'm dead serious. Now, we boys, but bruh, today you on another team. You got a different color jersey on. That means we ain't boys. When the game's over, we can go hang out. But right now, I'm going to get in your ass. And that's exactly Kobe's mentality. You know, We ain't seen a guy pick up nobody in full court in the damn All-Star game since Kobe left.
Period.
You know what I mean? And we ain't seen nobody play that hard since Kobe left. You know, and you got to give him credit because he was setting the standard on this is how it should be. And the fans love that about it.
One last thing on the All-Star game, and I'll get off of it. I don't know if you want to still stay on it. But Tyler Hero won the three-point shootout. Mm-hmm. This got me thinking. The All-Star game is in San Francisco, Golden State Warriors. Mm-hmm. You have the best shooter in the history of the game. The league needs to go to him in his camp and say, we need you to participate in this game.
Absolutely.
What is going on here?
Absolutely.
It's almost common sense at this point in time.
Yeah, you in his backyard.
This is your yard.
Yeah, you in his backyard, and you don't ask him to please.
Yes.
And that's what you do,
yes.
Steph. And Steph, as we all know, Steph is one of the most humble superstars that you'll ever meet in your life. This dude is so low key, it's unbelievable, you know? And, you know, how you don't go to him and say, we need you to shoot, you know, in the three-point contest. We're here in San Francisco. You've won 4 championships up here in the Bay Area. We need you to do this. How he does not participate in that is beyond me. Boggles my mind. It really does. I have no idea why he wasn't in that. And you could tell me, well, you know, he's 34, 30.
Oh, come on. Larry Bird.
Yeah, hey, Steph gonna be able to shoot like Steph shoot right now when he's 44, 45.
And still win it.
Yeah. I mean, the dude's one of the greatest, if not the greatest shooter that's ever played the game of basketball. Should have been there.
Then you heard it from Commissioner Scott.
That's right. Should have been there. I would have went, Steph, please, we need you.
Yeah. Let's talk about Mr. Draymond Green.
Let's talk about Draymond.
Definitely some notable comments. I'll go to the clipboard. Guaranteeing an NBA championship with the new addition of Jimmy Butler. Mm-hmm. Rating the All-Star game as a 0. Mm-hmm. And described the current NBA as boring, attributing to a lack of strategic depth and overemphasis on speed and three-point shooting. My first question is, you are on a team that started the three-point shooting.
Right.
How do you feel about his comments?
2 out of 3 I thought was good. And I love Draymond. I'm a big Draymond fan because the thing that we just finished talking about, playing with that passion and playing with that, you know, that chip on your shoulder, he brings that every night. Now, he might be a little crazy at times and go a little overboard, but he brings it every night. We do know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you talk about, wait, there's too many threes, well, you were passing to one of the best three-pointer shooters in the history of the game.
2 of the best.
For a number of years, and then you're passing also to Klay Thompson, who's one of the best three-point shooters in the history of the game. So for you to make that comment now, I'm kind of going, Draymond, you can't say that. You can't say that because you're passing to him. Yeah. Now the part where he said is boring, okay, I'll give him that. And what was the first one he said? The All-Star game was a 0. I give him that. And then what was the other one before that? He said one before that.
The overemphasis on speed and three-point shooting.
Okay, yeah, but that one, like we said, we got to have to give you a little slap on the hand or something on that one because again, you were passing, and Big O said it.
Yeah.
Oscar Robertson wasn't a fan of some of your comments. He said you just always talking anyway, but.
In response, NBA legend Oscar Robertson stated, "Who cares about Draymond? Who cares what Draymond says?" And also said that he does facilitate the ball to Steph Curry.
Yeah. Now, first of all, you know, if Big O says something, you got to pay attention to that. Yes. You got to pay homage because Big O average a triple-double before they were even keeping stats of triple-doubles. So we don't even know how many he would have had, you know, when they started keeping it. So when Big O started talking, you got to listen to what he's saying. Now, I disagree with Big O as far as nobody listens to Draymond because Draymond got a pretty good following of people that love Draymond Green.
He has a podcast,
you know what I'm saying? They love him and they love his the way he's so candid about things that he's talking about. So, like I said, I've been a big Draymond fan for a number of years because I love anybody who plays as hard as he played and play with the type of passion that he plays with. That's why he's a 4-time NBA champion.
Okay.
Draymond Green also said they were going to win the championship now with Jimmy Butler.
They're in the tipsy.
They ain't winning no damn champions. Draymond, like, again, a couple of things you said, bro, you tripping. I love your confidence, but y'all ain't winning no damn championship. Not in the West. Y'all ain't even getting to the Western Conference Finals. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay?
All right, Draymond. You heard it. Anthony Edwards plays up in Minnesota. He did an interview a few days ago, and he said, let Wemby be the face of the NBA because I don't want to be the face of the NBA. He basically came out and says, I just want to come out and ball.
Yeah.
I just want to come out and ball, do the best for my team, but I'm not the face of the NBA. Got me thinking. And then he mentioned Wemby's name. Can a foreign-born player be the face of the NBA? Because if it's not Anthony Edwards,
then who?
Then who is it? Because we're looking at SGA, Canada, Wemby, France, Jokic. We're talking Giannis. We're talking about all foreign-born players.
And you forgot Luka.
Luka?
I don't think the NBA is going to allow that to happen, first of all. And I think Anthony Edwards, as great as he is, and as much as he doesn't want to be the face, they don't give a damn what he think either. If the NBA wants you to be the face, they will make you the face. It's really as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So as much as he say he don't want to be the face, he just wants to ball. That's great, you know, because we want him to ball. Because I like the way the man plays the game.
Yeah.
But if the NBA decide that they want him to be the next guy to carry this torch, that's what's going to happen. No matter what he says, that's what's going to happen. But I don't see the NBA, after having a logo of Jerry West, you know, have a foreign player be the face of the NBA. That I don't see. I just don't.
Even with all the foreign players coming into this league,
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what the percentage is, but obviously in the last 10 years, it's
quadrupled. It's by far. I know when I played in the league, there was really one or two foreign players. When I got into coaching, I think it probably was 15 to 20 at the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I got out of it, 15, 20 at the most. So now you're talking about
3 players, 4 players, 3
almost
players
on every team. Yeah. So you're talking about, 30 to 45, 30 to 35% at least.
Yeah.
Are making up the NBA. So if this trend continues, maybe there's a chance that happens. But right now, because I know that David Stern, the late great David Stern, Commissioner Stern, wanted this to be a global game, which it has turned out to be. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And I know Adam wants to keep that going as well. So in the near future, 5 to 10 years from now, do I think there could be a possibility to be a foreign player as the face? Yeah. But right now, I just don't see it happening.
Let me throw something at you. In China at one point, NBA, the China audience was even bigger than what the U.S. audience was, especially during the Yao Ming era. So it is a global game.
Yes. Oh, like I said, NBA
but could
is
Yao
huge.
Ming been the face of the NBA back then?
Yeah, because China would have probably gave the NBA billions. They would have just been like, look, we want him to be the face. Money talks. Like you said, China was selling, and they, like you said, more viewers than anything in the United States. More merchandise sold in China than anywhere in the United States. China was huge. And then obviously the NBA and China's had a falling out, which cost the NBA a ton of money. But like I said, it wanted to be, David Stern wanted it to be a global game. It has definitely been a global game over the last 5 to 10 years, and it's getting bigger and better. Well, I wouldn't say better. It's getting bigger. And it's going to probably continue to get bigger because you got more foreign players playing, overseas. So it's going to be interesting.
Trading deadline.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit on our show last time, and a few things happened after that. Luka for Anthony Davis, Max Christie. Mark Williams rescinded trade from the Charlotte Hornets. How does Cam Reddish, Dalton Knecht feel about that? Jimmy Butler to Golden State for Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, Fox to San Antonio Spurs, Brandon Ingram to Toronto. Which team benefited the most after this crazy deadline?
I still say in June, if this team is healthy, and it's a big if, Dallas will be an opponent to fear.
Interesting. Dallas is sitting in the 8th seed as of today.
I know. And I'm telling you, if AD if he gets healthy and he gets to playing, this team is going to be, Dallas is going to be tough to deal with. You know, you look at the length, the athleticism that they have. Your primary ball handler now is Kyrie, who we know can get it done. We know he can get it done. Max Christie's playing great.
He's averaging 15 points since being traded to the Mavs.
This trade for Dallas for now is going to work out really well. Just like we talked about before with the trade with Luka coming here, that's going to take some time. But you got to add some pieces around Luka. And then you have, what's LeBron going to do? Is he going to play another year, another 2, another 3? You got to figure that situation out as well. You still need a big. Like you said, we got the trade for Williams rescinded. We still don't know why he failed the physical. He played last night. He played 3 or 4 games before,
Before we
still don't understand why that trade was rescinded. So it's going to be interesting. But for me right now, I like what Dallas has done. And I think, again, if AD gets healthy these last couple of months, they're going to be a force to deal with.
Lakers are 1-2 with Luka on the squad as of today. They're in the 5th seed. Do they make a move to go higher than 5 before this playoff?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't. I think the best they could probably do is 4.
Behind them is Clippers, Minnesota. We talked about Anthony Edwards, Mavs, Kings, and Warriors.
Yeah. I think the best they can do is probably stay at that 5, if maybe get to 4. But right now, like you said, with Luka 1 and 2, you lost to 2 teams that you definitely should have beat. You go to Utah, you get beat, and you didn't get beat, you get blown out.
Yes, they did.
You come back home after All-Star break, you lose to a Charlotte team who had 12, 13 wins.
Yeah.
So those are the games that they were winning, early in the season. The teams they should be beating. So again, you got. I think the fans have to understand you're going through an adjustment period with Luka out there, and it's going to take time. It's going to take time to figure out how those 2 guys are going to play together. What JJ's rotation is going to be and all that stuff too. So 1 and 2 right now with Luka, I wouldn't be overly, worried about it, but I would be a little concerned.
Last question on this. Who are the real title contenders in the East and West for you? We're in February now. We're talking 3 months now.
We're talking 3 months. I still like OKC.
Yep.
Memphis, anytime you got John Morant on the team, explosive as he can be, you got a chance. Houston with that young nucleus that they have is scary.
They're doing it.
So I'm looking at those 3 right now.
It's definitely a dark horse.
Yeah. I would be a little worried if I played Houston in the first round. Because a lot of those kids don't know they ain't supposed to win. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be interesting.
Exactly
when you
what Minnesota did last year.
Exactly. But see, now you see the residual effects of that. Of when everybody gets up for your ass when you come into their town, it's a little bit different. When you look at the East, Boston, you still gotta be worried about Boston because they got 2 of the best players on both ends of the floor, and then they got one of the best premier defenders in True Holiday, who a lot of people don't understand. This guy is a glue, and they just got great pieces, So you got to look at Boston as probably the team still to beat up there. Cleveland's going to be tough, because again, that's another team with some young athleticism, some talent. And then they got a bona fide superstar.
And Boston beat them last year.
Yeah.
In the second round.
Yeah.
So they coming back.
Man, they think about that.
Yes, they are.
Again, that dog gets hungry. That dog want to eat again. Yep. And when you lose to a team, the next year, you kind of know what to expect. So that year of experience, and you saw your way Cleveland got out this year, to the best record. They were playing great basketball. So Cleveland, Boston are 2 teams in the East. And I would say the 3rd team in the East, for me, I got to go with the Knicks.
New York.
Yeah, I got to go with the Knicks. They play hard, first of all. They defend, and then they got a bona fide killer in Jalen Brunson who can get you 40.
Yeah.
He can put teams, he can put his team on his back, and I think all these teams that I just mentioned has that one guy that can do that. You know what I'm saying? And New York is no different. So, and then, you got Cat, who's been doing well there. He's played really well. He gives them that length and some size. and somebody that can score in the paint, but also can pull you out to that 3-point line.
Yeah.
So New York, right now, I like those three things: Cleveland, Boston, and New York in the East, OKC, Memphis, Houston in the West. I
like that. I got one more question for you,
yes,
but
sir.
Before we get to that, my folks.
Yes.
Camelo. They sent us some Music Shields sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
They want you to try them on.
Okay.
And they want you to see what it's all about.
Okay, I can do that.
So the Music Shields, you got to turn them on down here at the bottom, Byron.
You hold the button, or
you just power it on. You'll see the little light there. So once that little light comes on, what's cool about these glasses, Byron, is the lens change colors.
Oh.
So if you
see that,
swipe your finger,
oh shit,
they go light and dark.
I don't know if y'all can see that, but
yeah, quick.
Yeah.
They aren't just regular sunglasses. They're smart sunglasses. Adjustable lens tints will have you going from sun to shade in an instant.
I'll be back.
Built-in speakers. He'll be back. Right in the arms. That way you can listen to music, take calls when you work out, drive, or ride your bike. Lightweight, comfortable, UV protected, hours of playtime.
Hold up. They play music and you can...
Yeah, man. They play music as well.
I do want a pair.
You got to check out. These are the Music Shields adjustable lens sunglasses at Camelo.com. And while you're at it, check out their other glasses, which are really cool: Prime, Falcon, Dusk, and my favorite, Aurora. Get yours at Camelo.com. That's CHAMELO.com. What you think, B?
I like them. These are tight. Like I said, made me feel like the Terminator, dog. I'm like, I have to keep these.
Yeah.
Hasta la vista, baby.
So when you need light, you just go a little bit darker. When you need it a little bit,
look,
brighter.
Light right there. See that
right there.
Just boom. And you get there. It is, right
if you don't, if you don't want those ladies looking at you, you just go dark.
Or if okay, look, like you can have them light like this, but you see you with your girl or your wife, and you see some fine one, you just make them dark real quick. You make them dark real quick. Make them dark real quick.
Oh, she know.
Yeah, and then you have that eye looking that way, and then you turn. She might know though. She might. Yeah, she'll be like, okay, I see what you're doing. But these is tight. I like these.
These are great.
Yeah,
Thank you, Camelo.
Camelo, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Last question: who's leading the league in the MVP race?
Right now,
you got Jokic, you got Giannis, SGA.
SGA to me. SGA right now. He's if the league ended today, SGA would be my MVP.
Hands down. No question.
No question.
You see what Jokic is doing lately, though. He's coming on strong right now.
We know that second half he gonna make a run because he wants to get Denver up there in that top 4 somewhere.
Yeah.
Because he want to have a home court advantage at least one round. So you might as well right now, fans, expect Jokic to average 25, 10, and 11 rebounds, 9 to 10 assists every night because that's what he's going to do because he knows right now he has to put the guys on his back.
So that begs the question then is obviously everybody probably agrees with you. SGA is the MVP, but going down the stretch, which is more important to win that MVP trophy? Players going down the stretch into the playoffs or beginning of the season?
No, well, I think down the stretch is big because again, now you vying for that playoff position. So what SGA has to continue to do is play just like he's doing, end up with that number 1 seed, and I think that right there will solidify him as this year's MVP.
There you got it. This is another edition of Byron Scott's Fast Break. Shout out to PrizePick.com. Shout out to Camelo.com. Go get your sunglasses and go get your bets in. We'll be back with another edition right after this. Thank you for watching Byron Scott's Fast Break. If you like what you saw, here's some more videos. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.